I'm gonna attempt to tell a story. Okay. And this is like ad-libbed just off the top of my head. You can guess if it's true or not, or if I just made it all up at a whim. But this is my try at content. Like good content. I'm gonna edit this, I guess. I'm gonna try to make it good. Okay, so once upon a time on a midnight story. I'm gonna do my makeup and shit because I don't know how to do that. I watch a lot of videos. I watch Brittany Vaughn and Bailey Sarian, my B girls, and they do their makeup while they talk about real true crime stories. And I have some true crime stories of my own, and they're not really like murder mystery, thank God. But I got some stories that I'm just gonna kind of incorporate some true and fiction together, and I'm just gonna make them up as I go. So I hope that you like it. And I'm gonna try my hand at editing the shit and making it cool. I post a lot of shorts because I just think of something stupid and I just do it. And my views are not that great, and I'm trying to make Daddy YouTube make me some bucks. So okay, here goes. So picture it, Orange County, early 2000s. Let's say after 2005, circa 2008. There was a fair young lady, about 5'8", sandy blonde hair, green eyes, you can guess the rest. Beautiful in her heyday, but as she aged, she didn't age so well. So, life took a toll. She had some children, got divorced, the whole scenario. Out there trying to date, got involved with the wrong guy, and she ended up in a sober living home, unfortunately. But fortunately, at least she wanted to make a difference in her life. So, it's hot out here. I'm in Vegas. The devil done turned up the heat to frickin' same temperature as hell. So, it's hot. It's messy and dirty up in my home, so I don't want to fuck where to record. But anyway, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this right here. And I feel like my natural essence is enough. So anyway, she's in the sober living home. She meets a guy. The girl meets a guy. Sober living home, codependency sort of situation. They try to work the steps. Let's just say. Let's back up. They try to work the steps together. In that they fall in love. Dude is actually a retired cop and has like this whole pension and home that he bought, and this and that. So he gets out, she escapes. She's not done with her program yet, but he's done. So they go out together, and let's just say they're in the heights of Orange County. Let's say Anaheim Hills. That's nice. I don't know. I'm not going to depict exactly where it is because I'm just guessing. Hey, I'm making this up as I go, right? So they're in Anaheim Hills, real pretty home, and everything is going well at first. The puppy love when you first get started. You guys are wooing. There's fireworks. There's butterflies in the belly and what and where not. And everything seems to be going fine. Of course, eventually with a codependent relationship, somebody's gonna relapse. Dude relapses. Girl's trying to do good because she does have some kids. She's trying to make contact, but dude relapses. She relapses with him eventually. Then it turns out, everybody's worst characteristics comes out when you're high. I know it's not just them. I know it's not just some people. It's everybody. So if you think like, no, I can handle my shit. No, you can't. Your worst self is you when you are high, unless it's mushrooms. But we're not going to get into that. It's another real fucking story. Damn, it's hot out here. Anyway, so yeah. Start doing a lot of drugs, and worse senses come out in both of them. Dude starts being very controlling, very vindictive, a little bit abusive, starts, not wanting the gal to go out, not wanting her to leave the home. Eventually, handcuffs become involved. People get chained to beds. It's giving Black Snake Moan, but not quite, because she came there on her own free cognizances or whatever. But yeah, she's allowed to get up and go to the bathroom, cook, do house chores, and when he leaves to go do what he does, she's chained up. So, eventually, or after some time, as relationships happen and there's not a lot of protection and there's, carelessness, a pregnancy happens, there's a baby, and now she's like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant by this crazy motherfucker. And, she wants to do something about it. She went to rehab in the first place to fix her life, right? So she comes out of the high days and collects herself and realizes that she has to do something about this whole chained up weird motherfucker. I'm about to have a baby by him. Of course, she doesn't want to tell him at first, as most of us women don't. When it's a red flaggy toxic ass relationship, we don't want to say anything to the guy, right? And so she hides it for as long as she can. Few months go by, and the signs are showing: the belly, the sick, the not wanting to do anything, the lazy, the sleepy, the what and the where not. He's starting to ask questions. She keeps denying everything, but does convince him to ease up a little bit on the chains. I'm not trying to leave anywhere. Okay, she convinces him, as us ladies can persuade some individuals. I'm in a relationship, I can't persuade this her to do anything at all. So I'll get into me another time. But anyway, most women can persuade a man to do what they'd like them to do. So she does work her magic and persuades him to let her go, not being cuffed up. She is with child. She doesn't want him to know that. So after a few weeks of gaining his trust and being unchained and not leaving and everything's going smoothly, she plans her great escape. She gets the fuck up out of there. She packs all her stuff. She calls up her dad. She lets her do the tea, and she goes, and that's that. She escapes him temporarily. Of course, only for some time, because these crazy mofos want to look for you after, people don't like to lose their belongings. And when you get a hold of a crazy motherfucker, they are your possession. So once you are not in their possession, they go crazy. So they went crazy looking everywhere for her. And, eventually does run into her. She's all the way pregnant, like, let's say, I was gonna say 12 motherfucking months, nigga. I have 5 kids. I know it's not a 12-month pregnancy, although it does seem like a full year. It's usually 10 months. They lie to you with the 9. The first month is free, right? So anyway, let's say she's about 8 months pregnant, runs into the dude. He's like, whoa, you popped her pregnant. What's going on? Whose baby is this? This and that, that and this. And, she likes to say that she cheated on him and, she just didn't feel safe and blah, 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 blah. It is his baby, okay? So, of course, he's not going to handle this type of thing very well. If you're a controlling, narcissistic son of a biscuit, you don't handle rejection, especially if you have a notion. You want to execute. You want to come out on top. So, he follows her ass straight to all her daily, routine and whatnot, straight to her, knows where the fuck she's gonna be at all the time. Waits for the right moment. He's a lone wolf and he's studying his prey and he's about to pounce at any given time. So he gets ready to pounce, right? And At this time, she is at her dad's home. She just got out of the shower. She just took her prenatal vitamins, y'all. And she had herself a good meal. She's relaxed. She's getting ready to go to sleep for the night. She's not expecting any creeps outside her window. Nobody lurking and shit. This nigga is lurking though. Let's just say this individual is lurking. Let me edit out that last part. Lurk. So, lurks, jerk is over there and hiding in the bushes somewhere, waiting for his right moment. When that right moment comes, he eases himself through the back patio because, you know, it's a trusting ass neighborhood in Orange County, California. Nobody is really trying to, you know, lock shit up. They're not expecting a bunch of criminals. I mean, fast forward till nowadays, you know, you expect fucking criminals after 2020 when you don't know who the fuck to trust. Motherfuckers be stealing and just popping off. So anyway, I'm getting text messages, so that's what I'm looking at. Somebody's asking me about work shit. I am off work. I clocked out at 5 o'clock. I no longer care about people and their teeth. Isn't it funny that I do teeth for my professional career and I have a cross ass bite like crazy? But it's not my teeth because I did adult ortho and I didn't wear my retainers. That's me. And a little side note, didn't wear my retainers. Have spaces fucking everywhere. You know, it's like a picket fence in this mouth. I could freaking whistle through anything. Thing is, I had a stroke when I was 19, so my jaw is permanently crooked, and it's beneficial in some ways. But you know, as far as aesthetics go, when I start talking, you know, my mannerisms, my jaw just hangs over to the left. Anywho, so back to the dang on story. Waits for his moment to pounce, goes then through the back patio. It's usually unlocked. Lets himself in. He's not familiar with this home. He doesn't know which exactly door to open. It's like, you know, what's behind door number 1? What's behind door number 2 type of situation. And yeah, he finally, after 3 doors, you know, luckily nothing threatening was in the other doors. There was a guest bedroom. Her dad was out of town, and there was a library. So the other 2 doors that he opened were those doors, the dad's bedroom, guest bedroom, and he hadn't gotten to the library. But the next door he opened was in fact his lady in waiting, or his prey in waiting, so to speak. And, you know, he opens the door. He is wearing all black, of course, and he is black. So it's very fucking black at the time. He doesn't think to wear a face mask. He wants her to know exactly who this is. And he, instead of questioning her and waking her up, decides to cut on the side of her torso. Because this is how this crazy motherfucker wants to find out who this baby belongs to. Okay, what the actual baby's not done being baked yet, so if it is your child, you killed it, right? You killed it. So anyway, he opens it up. He's not successful, didn't cut as deep, but she is bleeding and in fact awake and screaming loudly. He does grab the nearby feather down pillow next to her and smothers her until she stops the struggling. Now, if it were me and most people, like, I've had a lot of dreams because I love scary movies, so I've had a lot of nightmares, I guess you could say, about what I would do if a killer were chasing me, Michael Myers or Jason or whatever the fuck. I'm just gonna lay there and pretend like I'm dead, no matter how hurt I am, whatever the hell. If I'm still alive, I am dead, because they will probably leave you alone at that point. Their point was to kill you. Now, there are some other bastards out there that will, you know, have sex with your torso, dismember you, put you in battery acid, this and that and that and this. Let's just hope we get a regular murderer, right? And they just want to kill you like regularly. So that's cool and that's good enough. So anyway, so he cuts into the side of her, you know, and he smothers her with a pillow. She lays there. You know, she stops struggling after some time. She kind of realizes that she's defeated. You know, there's not a whole lot I can do in this situation. She knows who she's dealing with. This crazy bastard is capable of a lot. of, you know, they were in a relationship. When you're in a relationship with someone who's unhinged, they will leak out a lot of information to you that you will compartmentalize and store for a later date, and know that they're trying to invoke all that shit on you. So she knew that this is exactly what the hell was about to go down, and laid there, played completely down dead like a Nemo. And he thought his job was done. He didn't see the baby, but he knew that she was dead, and he was a little bit freaked out. Meth was heavily involved. Meth makes you paranoid. You know, there's a lot of situations where people are on meth and they're out of their mind and they are paranoid, but not that damn paranoid, so they start chopping up bodies. Well, this wasn't his exactly high. He slept the night before, you see. So he was just fresh high. So he was just high enough to do a little bit of crimes. So he thought that that was enough, and he figured that someone else would probably be in the home or whatever, discover her. He dipped, you know, it was time to flee the spot. So he left the scene. He didn't really clean up any evidence, but he did have gloves. He was wearing all black, and the only person that identified him was dead, so he thought. And so he left, and so he went back to his life of regular drug using and being a low life piece of S. And so she was certainly dead. She did immediately call 911 once she realized that he was gone. She waited a good ass while. And, you know, as she went to the hospital, they examined her, made sure she was cool. Her baby's fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing happened to the baby. It was a shallow cut. So she ended up being just fine in the end of it all. And, you know, she did report the person. He was an ex-police officer. They knew exactly, based off of the description of characteristics, he was let go from the force for some similar questionable ass activity. So dude was booked. Of course, you know, it's a white girl complaining about a black guy, so they're gonna get him right away. There's not a whole lot of question about it, and I don't want to get all, you know, deep into the roots of it, because, you know, this is the shit, this is the tea, and this is, you know, this is my melanin, and it is what it is, but whatever. So that nigga got arrested and served a good amount of time for his crimes. Bars. I hope you like my little impromptu made up story. That is about it. Girl is now, you know, fast forward, boy was raised, actually, he went to the National Guard and is training at Camp Pendleton right now. He is something else. He's a Spitfire, and you can guess whether or not this story is true based on my sentiments. I don't care. I'm not doing a fact or fiction, although I think that would be cool in long term. This is my first long video that I think I'm gonna post. I might not even edit it. My little bloopers are fine. I ran through this. This is a story that I made up right as I turned on my camera and decided to do it. So that is actually how I like to do most things. I'm very impromptu. I'm very much an ad-living individual, and I like to make shit up as I go. So I hope you liked my story. If you did, like, subscribe, and share my page. I'm gonna try to do more things like this. I'm just not that confident to do like longer videos. I usually just like to do short, stupid, silly skits, because I don't know how I would do talking for longer periods of time. I also have MS. I can't stay still, so I start moving around a lot, you know. I should just dance. I did a couple dance videos on my thing, you know, on fat, so it is what it is. But maybe we could work on that together. I hope you liked my video, and that's it. I think I'm gonna start a whole ass series about like little made up stories right quick. Mwah. Happy Wednesday night.